Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Science and Technology series. We shall be continuing with the IT, Computer, and Robotics. This is the second part of IT, Computer, and Robotics. I hope whatever we have discussed in the last lecture that was clear to you and you have revised the stuff. So, this lecture we will start with artificial intelligence. So, what is artificial intelligence? Of course, first we need to understand what it means, right? What it means when we talk about artificial intelligence. What is this term actually? What it signifies? Just imagine a human. A human, normal human, is intelligent. They can take decisions. They can decide on things. Similarly, a machine is taught to think like a human being. A machine is trained to see things like a human, to understand or basically to do things which require human intelligence. All right. So when a machine thinks like a human or works like a human or at least take decisions like human, it is considered as artificial intelligence. Now that machine can be a computer, it can be a robot, or it can be any other machine. So, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science, all right, in which people try to develop machines that can do tasks that need human intelligence. This is another way of talking about artificial intelligence, that it's a branch of computer science in which you develop machines that can do the tasks or that can do the tasks that require human intelligence. And as you know, humans are a very complex species. We have a very complex brain structure. It's not that easy to mimic. Now, nowadays, due to the explosion of data, lot of data is being collected. Like when I go online and I buy anything, the company has a data. Like if I buy from Amazon or Flipkart, they have my profile, they have what I like, they have my uh, whatever I've ordered in my history, right? Similarly, when you go and buy online anything, or even if you search something on Google, so Google stores the data what you have searched from your computer. So lot of data is being generated nowadays. Similarly, even car nowadays, like the advanced cars like Tesla or MG Hector, these machines also generate a lot of data. You take a flight, it also generates a lot of data. A normal aeroplane also generates a lot of data during the flight. At the temperature of its fans, how many passengers are there, oxygen level, air freshener level, many things are there. So even if we don't know, lot of data is being generated nowadays, which is helping artificial intelligence. Just think, a human baby is taught things, right, by showing the environment. Basically, data is fed into the baby. The baby is taught to read, taught to think. Similarly, a machine is also given a lot of data and then it is asked to learn. Learn how language works, learn how humans look, learn how animals look. So, lot of data that has come up in the last 5 years, it is helping artificial intelligence grow more and more. All right. Now, artificial intelligence has other things also, like deep learning. We will see this term. Also, machine learning. So, machine learning and deep learning, these create models of thinking on which AI learns. Basically, deep learning and machine learning, they create models based on which the artificial intelligence is created. So these are basically foundation. All right. So just understand that a lot of data is being generated because of which artificial intelligence is learning. Artificial intelligence is not a new term. This term, or it was first thought out in 1956, that there was a scientist. He thought in 1956 that we should create a machine that can think like humans. So it's not a new term. It's an old term, but why is it coming in news so much right now? Because lot of data has been generated and AI learns only from data. So the more data you feed to the artificial intelligence machine, more it will learn about humans and decision making. So, to give you a perspective, our Honorable Prime Minister has said that artificial intelligence will unlock the unique potential of each person and will empower them to contribute more effectively to the society. So, artificial intelligence is a tool which can be used to enhance everybody's productivity. All right. Now, artificial intelligence, I've told you what it is. Now, what it is not. It is not simple robotic automation. We have talked about this. RPA. We have talked about robotic process automation. So, it is not simple robotic automation. That is basically automation of human tasks. We want something that can think, that can interact. All right. Also, AI is not machine learning. AI is not machine learning, it is not robotic automation. AI is a broader term in which there is machine learning, there is data science, there is deep learning. I'll explain that later. Okay, so this quotation by Honorable Prime Minister, by this I would like to explain just quickly. He wants to say that artificial intelligence will unlock lot of potential in every human. It will change the way we live. It will positively impact the economy. It will positively impact the technology. And again, there are some issues also of jobs and all. We'll discuss about that also. So in the end, we need to understand that it's a tool. AI is a tool and we can use it as we want. Now here you have to be a little careful. See, artificial intelligence is the bigger circle. In it, machine learning is included, deep learning is fully included, big data is fully included, but data science is partially included. So, all these terms are related. I'll tell you how, but please understand that AI is a very broad term. In that, machine learning is included, deep learning is included, big data is included fully. Data science is partially included because data science has other things also. Getting my point? So data science and big data give data to artificial intelligence to learn. All right. So data from big data and data science is fed into deep learning and machine learning and models are created. Then artificial intelligence is created. So this is how these terms are related to each other. This is very important. Data science is basically about data. It's a very big field in which data is collected and useful conclusions are created out of that data. For example, migration patterns were judged by Government of India from tickets sold by Indian Railway. Now this was done only with the help of big data and data science. So such data collected can be used in politics, it can be used in business, it can be used in science also. Big data, what does it mean? I've explained data science. Now what is data science is basically everything related to data, collecting the data, making it understandable, then creating logical conclusions out of it so that it can help in better decision making. Big data is basically data mining, data collection sort of. All right. Data science includes big data. So data collection is big data and handling all that data. Now data science includes algorithms. Listen carefully. Data science includes big data and algorithms that help in creating useful insights out of any data. All right. So AI and machine learning and deep learning. Now let's talk about these three. AI, I have explained what it is. It is basically creating a machine which can have or which can behave which can behave like or which can intelligently behave like a human. Machine learning is part of artificial intelligence. Here you learn, or basically you create algorithms while learning from data. Data like what? Like how humans look, like how animals look, how cats look, how dogs look, how does a tree look, right? In self-driving cars, lot of algorithms are created. They are created, and uh, data that is fed to them is from cameras recorded, videos recorded by camera on other cars. Basically, you teach the self-driving car algorithm by showing it videos of other cars or captured from other cars. You teach the algorithm of self-driving car on how to drive a car by using the video from other cars. So this way you tell the machine how to learn. It's simple, just think it like a baby. You teach a baby how to eat by eating it yourself first, right? Even if you see some very intelligent apes, right? If you point to your mouth and eat something, na, they will do that. So monkey copies you. So similarly, you teach artificial intelligence by machine learning. Machine learning just is simply making the machine learn. All right. So machine learning as a science gives a machine ability to learn from data. Now that data can come from anywhere. I have taken an example of self-driving car, which is, I think, easily understood by everybody. Deep learning. Now in deep learning, you go a little basically big. Big in the sense, whenever there is a lot of data, a huge amount of data, which cannot be handled by machine learning, you give that to deep learning algorithms. So when data set is small, machine learning algorithms are used. When data set is huge, deep learning algorithms are used. Another example, Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, all these use deep learning algorithms to understand human behavior. Like you talk to Alexa, right? Don't play anything or start playing this person. And how do they understand accents? Indian English accent is different from American English accent. So all these are basically done because of deep learning only. All right. Whenever Facebook recognizes something in your photo, that is because of deep learning and machine learning. Netflix gives you recommendation, Amazon Prime gives you recommendation. All these are because of machine learning and deep learning algorithms only. All right. Okay. So on the right hand side, if you see under artificial intelligence, you can see that AI is trained final output machine which mimic like human brain. So basically the machine will work like a human brain. Machine learning is a subset. It's a part of AI. It's a technique to achieve AI. So also deep learning is also a subset of AI and basically machine learning. It's a technique to achieve complex AI like number plate detection. Machine learning can be simple AI like spam detection. All right. You must have seen in your email, in your inboxes, there is a spam folder, right? Okay, let's move on. I hope these terms are clear. Now, how AI can help? All right, here I would like to give you some examples. There is a hospital, Arvind Eye Hospital. They have partnered with Google and they want to use artificial intelligence in eye operations, especially for diabetic patients. Ola is also using artificial intelligence to improve their customer experience by, and how they are doing this? They are doing this by collecting data on driver habits and traffic patterns. Also, one example of public uh, organization, Government of Karnataka, they are working with Intel and they want to reduce road accidents by 30% in the next 5 years by using artificial intelligence. Now they will also take some data. Now that data will be traffic. How traffic it works basically during rush hour or during normal hours, how to prevent road accidents, where the road is faulty, and so on. So this is how artificial intelligence can actually help. So these are live examples. These are going on. I've taken different examples also, health, private and government. Now, what are the applications? In health, it can predict the outbreaks of diseases. It can help in decision support system. Basically, it can help a doctor analyze many more patients with the help of AI. Also, artificial intelligence can help in surgeries also. It is also already doing so. Basic robots, which are basically not artificial intelligent, but still robots are helping right now the surgeries in the surgeries. Then micro planning for health workers. Here, like right now in COVID, there are many people who are working when actually last year when COVID started and everything was very chaotic. At that time, artificial intelligence could have been used in managing this workload of health workers. But it was not, obviously it is not developed to that level right now. In agriculture, it is applicable to every step, because you can decide how much pesticide you want to use. You can decide how much irrigation is needed. You can maybe in future have a greenhouse in which you can control the amount of sunlight that comes in, and so on. Livestock monitoring, I have discussed about this. You can have sensors which can give the data to a machine, and that machine can decide how much to feed that livestock. Farm automation, basically when to feed, when to let them loose to go out and roam around in the field, when to give them vaccination, when to milk the cows or buffaloes, and so on. In student sorry in education, it can help us education become more student centric. That means you can calculate where student is lacking. You can analyze the student's performance at every question and guide the student better. It can also help, artificial intelligence can also help in creation of local language content. Basically, if you teach in the future, once the artificial intelligence, or rather I will say AI now, once the AI understands the language, you can simply translate a lot of things much quicker now. Specially abled people, technological support can be there, like specially designed or customized technological support can be created for differently abled people. Miscellaneous, we have talked about reduction in traffic jams and accident. Karnataka government is doing that. Track inspection of railways, that can be done. Basically, removal of human effort and usage of intelligent machines in track inspection. Smarter grids, early warning system for disasters. This is very important. Now, what are the concerns or challenges in implementing AI or in AI as a science? Basically, right now, expertise is not there. Now, that is a problem in every upcoming technology. Then, right now, we don't have access to a lot of intelligent data. Lot of data is, you can call it unstructured. That means it is not that easily available. Data is there, but it is created in a very raw format, in which which can be understood by machines only. But slowly, we are getting to a stage where creation of data is much more readable. High resource cost. Obviously, right now we need a lot of manpower, then lot of machine power to understand such amount of data and then convert it into proper data which can be read by humans, and so on. Low awareness for adoption of the technology. Lot of people are adopting it only for selling to customers, not for improving general life. Many people also are afraid of AI, as you know. So there is very low awareness on how we can positively use artificial intelligence. Then there is privacy and security issues. Of course, if somebody hacks your AI system, it will create a problem. If somebody steals your data, that creates a problem. There is shortage of skilled manpower. because as I've mentioned before in other technologies also, people who are competent enough, they are very less, because this is a upcoming technology. It's not a technology which has been there for a lot of years. Yes, the term has been there for a lot of time, but the technology is picking up now. The actual research, it is coming up now, as you will understand in the next slide. Then Indian universities are also not doing enough to research, because they are the ones who can actually research in a lot of things. Private companies don't tend to research a lot. They do the research only in the area which is beneficial to them. Then there are a lot of global counterparts which are not there. I mean, there is lack of support. Everybody is doing whatever they want to. Then ethical issues are there in creating something so powerful. Privacy we have talked about. Employment we will talk about later. It is a double-edged sword. Basically, it can become a tool to create positive change in the society, and it can lead to negative things also, like severe job losses, and if people are not skilled properly. All right. Then right now, intellectual property rights are not favoring the research and adoption of AI. This is very important, which is overlooked by many students. Intellectual property we have talked about, and it is certainly very important in every development and in every research. Now here I would like to discuss two things, AI winter and AI spring. Now these are two very important terms. AI winter basically means what? Just imagine winter. In winter, things are quite slow, you can say. Or you can say it is tough. It's a tough season, right? Spring is where blooming happens. So AI winter is also a period in which there is less research and less interest in artificial intelligence. This is basically, this was let's say 1960s to 2000 somewhat. Now whenever there is an increase in AI funding and interest and research and commercial use, it means AI winter is over. It leads to AI spring. Got it? So this is the difference between AI spring and AI winter. All right. Also, this was the talk about the past. In future, some people say that somebody will trigger AI winter if somebody if some scientist over promise the capability of artificial intelligence. Then if those people over promise and they're not able to deliver, then of course people will get disappointed, and then they will trust AI less and less, or they will say that AI is not something which you should put your money. Now currently AI spring is going on because lot of data has come up. For example, lot of translated data also is coming up. Like in due to the usage of Google Translate, lot of new amount of data has come up with Google. So Google is able to research a lot in AI. There is lot of image recognition because CCTV their data, and we are also searching a lot of images. We are uploading a lot of images on Instagram, on Facebook. Then people are playing games a lot, and that game was used to train a artificial intelligence which played Alpha Go. The game name was Go. Game's name is Go. So artificial intelligence was created, named as AlphaGo. Then there was AlphaZero, which is a chess playing artificial intelligence. Then there is Watson. IBM developed Watson. It can play another game, right? So all these things have happened in the last decade. Now why? Because lot of data that has come up in the world, and data being collected by people also. So this was the AI winter and AI spring, quite important terms. Next, let's come to the social impact of AI. Basically, we'll talk about jobs. So it will obviously lead to survival of the fittest, or survival of the person who adapts. So here we will discuss, does technology create unemployment? All the three previous industrial revolutions did increase job. For example, in the first, lot of manual labor was used. In the second industrial revolution, technical workers were needed. In the third industrial revolution, lot of managers, lot of technocrats were needed. But what will the effect of this fourth industrial revolution, which we are going through? Right? It is still not clear. But there is speculation that it will create a lot of unemployment, which was or which will be unlike all the three previous industrial revolutions. Okay, unlike the three previous industrial revolution, there is a concern that it will create mass unemployment. Now here we need to understand how can we improve or how can we manage this coming unemployment. You have to survive by being adaptable. Basically, you have to learn. If you are an employee, you need to learn. If you are an employer, you need to adapt artificial intelligence in your system. For example, because AI is helpful in a lot of things, like in during COVID also, big data helped people or basically the governments to trace people quickly due to another technology which is called as 3D printing. Much required personal protection equipment was printed at record rates. All right. So basically, we need to understand how can we use the technology to create more jobs. So how to survive as an employer and as an employee, I have discussed. New jobs will be created. For that, you need to reskill yourself or create new skill, reskill, upskill, and get the new job. Of course, not many people would be able to do this, and there lies a government support. We need to have some form of universal basic income. But again, this can be targeted basic income and not a universal, target based. So that, because obviously government of India cannot afford to give it to everybody. So we need to identify and give to few selected people. So if we, since AI is coming and we cannot escape it, so what should we focus on? How should our program should be? How should I design a government policy? Like if a question comes like this, what should you do? So you can directly state these things. You can focus on strong research and development base that will create employment in research, and that will obviously help India in creating new products. So this is basically good for India, good for youth also. They will get jobs, and it can make India a AI hub. Then application based mindset. We should not just research, we should create products that are sellable. Then skilling, I have talked about skilling. Data openness, this means that government also collects a lot of data on citizens, which is okay, that is fine. Like Aadhaar data is there. Then there is data of people traveling through Indian Railways. Of course, we cannot share the Aadhaar data. I'm just giving an example that government also collects data. So we can share at least the railways data. We can share how many people are traveling by a particular bus. We can have GPS fitted buses, right? So these data, such data can be shared with private companies so that they can design new products. Ethical application. That means obviously not using AI for stealing things or hurting people, right? Then accelerate adoption, basically by creating awareness and by creating useful products. So AI is an opportunity for us, for India to become a global leader, and we can do it also because our people, Indian people, go outside and become masters in a lot of things. Why not give them the opportunity right here? All right. One example of ethical application that I can give is that whenever government shares data with anybody else, because data is the soul of AI. So to create AI, a good AI, data is needed. So whenever government is sharing any data, They should remove the personal details of people, right? One thing that is going on in the world right now, it's right to explanation. Okay, this is going on in the world, or basically explainable AI. Explainable AI. Now, why this is going on? Because lot many people don't understand how AI works, not even in government. So there is a step that has been taken, that the companies who are using AI, they need to explain how it is working. All right. So you need to tell the user how the data, so basically the company needs to tell the customer that how their information is being used. So this is right to explanation. This will create more ethical AI. So this is a important term which you can note down. What are the steps taken by Government of India? National strategy has been created for artificial intelligence by Niti Aayog. Artificial system is used to fight agricultural risks in Maharashtra. Basically, temperature will be monitored, where to sow the seeds, it will be monitored, crop diseases will be predicted, and so on. And whatever is learned from all this, it will be used in future. 2020 was declared as the year of AI by Telangana state. Tamil Nadu is using AI for safe and ethical uh, artificial intelligence policy. Basically, they want to create an artificial intelligence policy which is ethical. India overall has an approach called as AI for all. This basically means in country whosoever is developing AI, they should create a responsible AI, and making India the AI garage of the world. AI garage, yeah, garage of the world. Because right now in information technology, lot of projects are outsourced to India. So the approach, or the future, or the vision is that AI garage should become India of the world, so that the AI solutions that are built in India, they help the world become a better place. Then there is an AI portal, indiaai.gov.in. There is a Niti Aayog task force. Then there are a lot of courses for skilling. In CBSE, AI as a subject has been introduced. In National Education Policy, coding as a subject has been allowed from class 6th. Then responsible AI for youth. Now, this is an interesting program. Here, basically, skill gap. Focus is on reducing the skill gap. Here, the youth of the country will be given a platform, right, where they can learn new skills, and they can learn new tools that can help them become digitally ready for the future. So a lot of steps have been taken by Government of India. Now briefly, I want to discuss national strategy on artificial intelligence. All right, this is by Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog has designed basically this national program with the aim to guide the research, basically why, to focus on research and development on AI. Now this strategy that Niti Aayog has given, this is called AI for all. Basically, artificial intelligence will be used for inclusive governance. This AI or for all means this. Basically, sabka saath, sabka vikas. All right. Also, we'll discuss about Eravat. Again, we'll discuss about that later. Now, this application of AI in the focus sectors. Now, why have I taken this? Because according to Niti Aayog, they have identified these 5 things, and they want to focus on this. Like, they have advised the government to focus on these 5 sectors, like healthcare. focusing on early detection of diseases, then creating good quality access, basically giving people proper access to medicine, then making healthcare more affordable using technology, having more and more research by training more people and creating more human resources in the medicinal field. Then in agriculture, by focusing on farmers' income, increasing farm productivity, reducing the wastage, post harvest losses, which are called weather forecasting, one of the most important factors, soil health monitoring, precision farming, education, improve access and quality of education. In smart cities, such thing will be used a lot, especially in urban planning. Then how to manage the crowd, how to manage traffic, how to prevent yourself from major cyber attacks or any cyber attack. Smart mobility and transportation. This means, like, I have taken an example of driverless metro in Delhi Metro. So that is created how? Because of the data that was given to the system. And this is smart mobility itself. So, smarter and safer mode of transportation. You improve traffic and congestion problem. You see how to distribute traffic in which roads. Basically, in future, you can use government facility of traffic management to avoid traffic jams. Basically, like right now, you see on Google Maps and decide which way to take, right? Google advises you and gives you approximately time that will be taken, and you choose two or three, or you choose out of two and three path, whatever. So that is the thing. Maybe in future we will have such artificial intelligence. Let's say we might have some app created by the government of any country. They might give the best possible way, which will take the least amount of time, right? So this is how you can reduce congestion, you can reduce traffic accidents, and so on. So this is what Niti Aayog has told the government to focus on. Now, more about that strategy which we talked about, which was given by Niti Aayog. They have said that you have to promote research, you have to reskill the workforce, you have to facilitate adoption. Now, this is very important because people also are apprehensive. That means they are a little skeptical towards this technology. Then, development of guidelines for responsible AI. So, this term is quite important. I have talked about it this before. So the National Strategy on Artificial Intelligence has given five focus sectors, and how to do that or how to develop AI also they have given. Now let's talk about Eravat. Now this means it has a full form. This means artificial intelligence research, okay, research analytics, and knowledge assimilation platform. Now basically, Niti Aayog has said that you can establish the government can establish a cloud based platform called Eravat. Now, this will need around 7,500 rupees and it will take at least 3 years to develop. Now, this will be done by a high level task force which will see the implementation. Now, why? Basically, the Niti Aayog wants government to be a pioneer in AI and related technologies. So they have said that why don't you create this Eravat, which will be used to do research, analytics, and collect knowledge. Now this Eravat will be used in the education, health, agriculture, urbanization, mobility, the five sectors which we just talked about. So these two topics are linked: National Strategy on AI and Eravat. So Eravat is basically a cloud-based AI research system that will be used to focus on those five sectors. Simple. Now, coming out of the government steps, let us see some examples that are going on in the world. Project Debater. This is world's first AI system that can engage with humans in a live debate. Now, what will be the benefit? Basically, you will prepare better for your debates. Simple. But this shows, see, human debate is a very complex interaction. You have to analyze a lot of things, right? Not everybody can debate very well. So it's a very complex task. And when an artificial intelligence system can do that, so yes, that system is quite intelligent. Then there is Watson. It's a quiz answering machine. Basically, to play a game called Jeopardy. Deep Blue, it's a chess playing AI. All these are by IBM. Then there is Deep Mind's Statecraft, a video game to test artificial intelligence, and AlphaGo. These are developed by Google. See, Project Debater. Oh, sorry, the photo got cut. So here is a human and it is debating with the artificial intelligence. So Project Debater is the first AI system that can debate humans on complex topic. So basically this will help in development of artificial intelligence. Also it will help in development of better debaters. Now let us quickly talk about data. We have discussed already about big data, but again, for your benefit, I have created slides for it. So basically big data means a lot of data, simple, a lot of data, which can be structured, that means in a proper format for humans to read, or it might be unstructured or somewhere in between. But data is so large that it is very difficult for one organization to manage it, or it becomes difficult for one organization to manage it by using the normal techniques that are available today. So in big data, new techniques are being created, new software are being created to handle such big amount of data. Now big data has 6 V's. All right, 6 V of big data, right? So basically it's a collection, big data is a collection of data from various sources. Main V's are 3 V's: volume, variety, and velocity. Other are added to it later on, but most important are these: volume, variety, and velocity. Volume means lot of data. Volume means what? The amount, right? So lot of data is coming from lot of sources. Then variety. Variety means structured data, semi-structured or unstructured. Velocity, at the speed at which is generated. Veracity, that means how good the data is. Is it corrupted? Is it trustable? Has somebody changed it and given to us? Yes or no, right? Then the value of the data. Will it help my business in creating decisions, in giving me good decisions? Variability, that means in different ways in which the data can be used and formatted. So this is quite important. A simple question can be asked in which these 6 can be given with another option, and you might be asked to identify the correct one. So why it is important for India? Because India has a population of 1.3 billion. Now big data will help create significant conclusions, significant observations from that data. For example, the economic survey gave the data on migration based on tickets bought by Indians on the Indian railway platform. As per a study done by NASSCOM, they have said that Indian analytics industry is predicted to reach 16 billion by 2025. So this will obviously give a lot of jobs. Now big data is related with data science, and data science has been termed as sexiest job of the 20th century. All right. So it is an important field and we are reading this because such simple things should be known by any UPSC aspirant. Now it can be applied in a lot of things. Just imagine before even reading what it can be applied to, just imagine it's a huge data and you can get information out of data and apply it in your business. So it can be applied in banking, it can be applied in education, governance, like traffic example, healthcare. It can be, let me give you an example here. Let's say there is a doctor who is curing cancer patients or taking care of cancer patients. Now, sometimes people are not able to get the proper cure, or sometimes diagnosis is wrong, or sometimes diagnosis is, let's say, not perfect. It's not the fault of the doctor, it just happens sometimes. So with big data, what you can do is you can create a software in which you can insert every scan of cancer related scans. You can insert that in that database. Now this doctor can log into that database and compare the scan that of his patient to the database. And here it can be helped, or basically the big data can help the doctor. So basically what will doctor do? The doctor will compare their own patients scans with the scans in the database, and they can identify if the person has that problem, like this. Agriculture, uh, I've already talked about it. It can help in from the stage of sowing to the stage of harvesting for to selling also. In manufacturing also it will be used, like we can develop better processes, to produce something in a cheaper way or in an environmentally friendly way. What are the government interventions? So these are basically, see, whatever government initiatives I'm talking about, these are schemes only which comes in your prelims current affairs. So everything is covered from the angle of prelims, mains, all right, everything is covered. So government initiatives are basically, Niti Aayog is currently working to develop a national data and analytics platform which will be used by everybody in policy making. It can be used by citizens, it can be used by researchers. Like I've talked about data sharing. So if government shares the data, it is an authentic data and it will help a lot of policymakers. CAG has created a big data management policy, right? So in the left you can see National Data and Analytics Platform. This was basically proposed by Niti Aayog. Also, Sustainable Development Goals. This 2030 agenda, they call for data revolution for sustainable development. That means using data and drawing conclusions from them to benefit the society at large. What are the challenges? Again, new technology, lot of data is being generated. So companies cannot keep up with the data that is being generated. This is the truth. Companies don't know what to do with so much of data. Then there is obviously lack of human resources because new technology. New technology, so there is issue of privacy, security, ethics. Ethics basically consent. Consent of data collection, consent of data usage. Uniform and synchronized data is not available. Digitization of data is an issue. Okay. So all these things are important, right? What is the way forward? Obviously, if you are giving a problem, you need to give a solution. Acceptance of big data. Uh, Government needs to create awareness about it. The industry, IT industry needs to create an awareness about it so that people know what is the benefit. So people can agree to data collection about them. Cyber security, obviously, if you're collecting a lot of data, people would want to hack you. Aadhaar, the let's say the securities applied for Aadhaar and its storage are very high, one of the best in the world. Privacy, obviously, you need to be aware of your users' privacy, that their data is not leaked, and like sometimes you pay for something and you access some website, and then you enter your phone number and then you start getting spam calls. So this should not happen. Like Justice B.N. Sri Krishna Committee on Data Protection has said that you have to focus on guidelines. So this is the basically key recommendation by the B.N. Sri Krishna Committee. They have to, all companies have to appoint a data protection officer, right? If there is any issue, then the person should approach the data protection officer. They have to, the companies have to store at least one copy of personal data in India. Then critical personal data will only be located in India. It cannot go outside. Then the central government will notify data protection authority, है ना? So, or and existing rights, existing acts like RTI Act, Aadhaar Act, IT Act will have to be amended to allow for all these things. Then there will be penalty if somebody is stealing data or doing something wrong with it. So, Justice B.N. Sri Krishna Committee was quite important, right? So what is the way forward? Finally, you have to increase, establish and train. Increase basically funding for R&D so that people can learn and appreciate and create good products out of big data. Establish data centers in India so that data of Indians is stored in India. Train people. Obviously, we need technical people who can focus on emerging technology. So, what is the conclusion? What to think at the end? At the end, you should have this perspective that big data, AI, and Internet of Things are going to change the world forever. We need to actively collaborate with policymakers. Like everybody needs to collaborate, the government, the private sector, the researchers, and even citizens need to get a uh, become aware of this and help everybody in utilizing the benefits of these technologies. Now we are coming to a new topic. Right now we are using 4G in India, almost in the world also. So first let us try to understand the levels of this G. G means generation. Generation, like if we compare it to a human family, then you are, let's say, the your children will be the second generation. You are the first generation, right? So like this. So first generation means the first iteration or the first type of something. So in that there were just phone calls. All right. In 2G, speed increased. First, in first generation, it was very slow. It was like very marginal thing, right? In 2G, actually you could access the internet. In 3G, the speed increased by a lot, almost by 1.5, or basically, sorry, can't put a number on it, but it converted to megabits, which is uh, 1 megabit equal to 1024 kilobyte. And in 2G speed was in kilobyte, in 3G speed was in megabyte. So here you could see the videos on internet. In 2G you could not, you could just browse. In 4G, the speed increased almost 4 times from 3G. Now you could watch music, you could hear music, you could watch music videos also, you could take video calls, and you could stream. Now, streaming is very important. Basically, streaming means you could do things live. Like this lecture you are viewing as recorded. There might be some live lectures also in your course, or there might not be. So, live courses are basically, or live lectures are basically streaming. So that is possible because of the speed that 4G gives. So you can see with every generation, features were added, speed was added. In fifth generation, you get all the features of 4G and you get virtual reality access also. And speed will be in gigabytes. Now 1 gigabyte equal to 1024 megabyte. So you can imagine huge speed, like 5G will revolutionize the world. It will change how a lot of technologies work. Basically, wherever a connection is needed, 5G will help. Simple, very simple rule that you can apply wherever some connection is needed, like in streaming, in internet, while on call. Right now you can watch cricket matches live. This was not possible in 3G. So 5G will improve a lot of things. One thing is there that right now, to operate virtual reality and augmented reality, you especially in virtual reality, you need wired connection. Like you must have seen that there are people who wear such the glasses like this in this image. They wear this on their head and then a wire is attached, so people cannot move out of the special room in which you can access the VR. But with 5G, speed will increase so much that you can give all the data related to virtual reality wirelessly. So that will revolutionize a lot of things. It will revolutionize how people learn about surgeries. For example, you can do the surgery without actually using a human, right? So this is for your information. You don't need to mug this all up. This is just for comparison, just for information. So basically 5G uses more radio frequencies, 4G uses lower reading frequencies. 5G can transfer more data at faster speeds, 4G lesser data transfer at lesser speeds. One of the best benefits of 5G is it has low latency. That means latency means delay. That means if I press a button right now and if the button works after 3 seconds, so that is latency. So 5G has very low latency. 4G has quite high latency as compared to 5G. So what will happen is whenever you are accessing a video on YouTube, let's say, you will be able to quickly see the video. It will not buffer for you. All right. 5G, the way it works, will support more phones or more devices than 4G, right? So 5G is basically a new technology which will improve the coverage of, let's say, the spectrum, right? It will increase the speed of access to internet and other services, and it will increase the capacity also, like more data will be transferred. So what is the need? Why we are studying this? Because our connectivity needs are changing. We are accessing information a lot more right now. We are using internet a lot more right now. IoT, Internet of Things, is spreading a lot. Internet of Things basically means machines that are connected to internet and they can talk to each other, like a smart fridge. Smart fridge can take the photo of what is available in your fridge, and depending on settings it can contact your mobile phone and send a alert to you that you have to buy this. If let's say eggs are finished or there is no milk in the fridge, so the fridge will send your mobile a text alert in which it can be basically you will be reminded from that text that you have to buy milk. So this is how Internet of Things work. This fridge is talking to the mobile like this. Then it is better at everything. There is less latency. There is high throughput. Basically you can do more. You can more than 5 times have the workload on 5G. Call drops will be very less. And like I told you, wherever you need to connect, wherever you need to use connection, it will help, right? Like one example that I can give you is many people have CCTV cameras in their offices, in their homes. With 5G, you can see what is going on live in your house. You will not be seeing what is recorded. You can see what is going on live. Right now it is available on 4G, but in very few countries where signal strength is very good. With 5G, this will become normal. But what are the issues that will be faced while using 5G? Now 5G has one big issue, that it needs less obstruction. If there are more obstructions, then signal will break. So basically it needs direct line of sight. It also gets affected, 5G also gets affected from rain and other objects. It needs lot of investment in infrastructure because since it needs direct line of sight. Direct line of sight means my mobile should be directly in line with the mobile tower. If there are a lot of buildings in between, the signal will weaken. So due to this, lot of new antennas will need to be installed. Regulation is still not clear on 5G in India. Security risks are there because people don't know about 5G and they think it will cause cancer and so on. The spectrum price also needs to be competitive in India for its growth. 4G, we sad thing is we have not yet utilized 4G fully. So people are saying first utilize that speed, utilize that bandwidth, and then jump to 5G like this. Why it is important? Now this is where its application is discussed. All right. So basically, according to government also, the 5G will have a lot of high speed. Now that will help in governance and higher economic growth. This is an official statement. Now why it is important? Because digital India is the future. So we need to understand that for fast governance, we need faster connection. As simple as that. Smart cities are coming up. Urban cities are coming up in which lot of data will be online. Like right now, passport is online, like application is online, maximum things are online. You just have to go and verify things and submit documents. Otherwise, the it is much better than what it was 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Better governance, more connectivity, people will be able to contact the government offices quickly. Also the government offices can interact with people also very quickly. One example is corruption reduction. People can directly apply online whatever they want to apply for, and this will reduce the retail corruption. Low latency, I have talked about this before. 5G is very quick, so if you are ordering something, you can do it quickly like this. It will basically improve your general life. Employment generation, we need to install towers, we need to manufacture towers, we need people who can maintain those towers, so lot of jobs will be created. Hence it will help in inclusive growth, and by this we can reap the demographic dividend. Next is, it will increase the network coverage. Of course, this will reduce the digital gap that is going around in India. Right now, people have internet, but they don't have high speed internet also. Sometimes they have poor mobile also. So with 5G, people will be able to connect better. And with 5G, government can bring the services to the people also, like basic services, applying for Aadhaar, applying for ration card, applying for voter ID card. All these things will be done wirelessly. So just antenna will be placed in a village, and that village will get the internet connectivity. So that is very important, because even if people don't want to access the internet, which is not the case anymore, the government services can certainly be helped with the help of connectivity. Like you can give somebody payment based on small machines. What happens is, like, people go to villages with some cash and they give people's wages according to the machine. They have a small machine, and in that they take your Aadhaar card and then give your payment. So all these things will be helped if the connection is very fast. Then there is enhanced security in 5G. Also it will help in surveillance, it will help in security, like I told about CCTV na, that example, that you can monitor your home directly and live. Logistic and shipping, in this basically you track the containers, you track the trucks which are going around in India, which are flying in India. So with tracking, you can improve the logistics on the port also. Right now you must have seen that whenever you order something of Flipkart or Amazon, you get the order. So right now shipping is done basically on points. Like if it leaves from the designated, let's say the delivery is coming from Delhi, so it will you will get an alert when it leaves Delhi, right? You will have no information until it lands near your area. Let's say you live in Raipur. Okay, so when it reaches nearby your warehouse, when it reaches to a warehouse near your house, then it will tell you. So such things are right now possible, but with 5G you can see where your package is in real time. You can actually see where it is transiting. You can look it on Google Maps. So what are the government steps that have been taken? See, government has introduced or basically constituted a high level 5G India forum, right? In which basically a lot of secretaries of important ministries have taken part. They will focus on early deployment of 5G in India, and focus on developing India as a market for 5G. Just okay. So this high level committee has given a report, and it has told that you need to focus on three things: deployment, technology, and manufacturing. So deployment, technology, and manufacturing. You need to focus on these three things. Deploy means you need to roll out the 5G services. Technology, basically research and develop technology in India so that we are not dependent on imports. Manufacturing, we need to create manufacturing, and this will also help in make in India. It will also help in basically job creation, and it will help us produce semiconductor, which is sort of lacking in India. Basically India lacks in manufacturing, na? So we need to create manufacturing base in India. Also, the national telecom policy, the government has initiated steps to introduce 5G. Then there is a 5G hackathon. This is basically sort of a competition in which people propose new and latest ideas for 5G. And it is organized by Department of Telecommunications, and many people participate in it. Then there is BharatNet program. It is a program which wants to link 2.5 lakh gram panchayats by optical fiber network. Now, why I have written here this here, because 5G is dependent on optical fiber network, and that optical fiber network will be given by BharatNet program. Now, this is for government services. Government has also launched a basically 5G test bed, in which test bed means where you can actually test things like a small pilot project. So here people from universities and small technology companies will collaborate and try to create these test beds. So you can see this 5G hackathon. Three best ideas will be facilitated during India Mobile Congress. So in its endeavor to identify and promote applications relevant to India in the 5G realm, Department of Telecommunications has launched the 5G hackathon, right? So this was the aim. So after analyzing this, what is the way forward? How should we reap the benefits of 5G? We need a good, first point is we need a good 5G spectrum policy. Right now reserve price is quite high, and if we want that people should invest in 5G, we should be having it in a cheaper way. Then create a special office within Department of Telecommunication known as 5G program office. It will be having a committee which will see the all programs which will be implemented for 5G. We need to do security audit, so that, see, what happens is if you import such softwares or such hardware, sorry, the company which has supplied the hardware or software, they might have some backdoor in it so that they can exploit. So we need to have security audit before importing any product from another country. Any country, doesn't matter which country. So there should not be any backdoor. Then we need to, of course, strengthen the local manufacturing market, because India lacks in manufacturing. Now this is a good idea, that whatever you create like highway and roads, canals, gas pipeline, water pipeline, all these pipelines should have a separate column. They should have a special place for 5G wires. Now this is something very new. Then we need to support 5G investment. Of course, government and regulators need to support it by proper funding, proper functionaries, proper regulations, right? So that, see, whenever government is clear with regulation, the industry is clear with how it can do things, and that will lead to more development of things, that will lead to more jobs. Favorable taxation policy, people who are investing in 5G infrastructure should be given some form of tax relief. 5G pilot, this means basically test bed, like I've talked about. It can be created so that people, see, what happens is many people will be trying to innovate in 5G area, but not everybody can basically test their technology. So if we create a common test bed, that will help everybody to test their product, and this will lead to more research. And of course, we need to have favorable IPR policy, which is good for everyone in 5G. All right. So this is basically solution for this. Now, what is the final conclusion for 5G? 5G will become a backbone for a lot of technologies in future, because 5G is how people will communicate. So now you can understand, like the statement that I said, 5G is how people will communicate with each other. Right now we are using 4G. With 5G, you can imagine much better video quality, much more data, much more access to internet, much more access to services. So, and of course, Internet of Things, they will talk to each other by 5G only. So 5G will affect every area of your life, even the areas you don't realize. So that is the conclusion, that we need to have support towards 5G and quickly adapt it. Then 5G for India will be of much higher value, because in advanced countries they have already invested a lot in 4G, and right now we haven't utilized full capability of 4G. So we have to invest in 5G infrastructure. Like I said, we need more towers in 5G. So for us, we have not yet fully invested in 4G. So whatever funding we needed to do in 4G, we can do it in 5G, right? So basically, foreign countries have invested a lot in 4G already. So they need to invest more in order to change to 5G. That investment will be less in India. All right. So 5G is again an opportunity, like biotechnology, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, to revolutionize how India communicates. And with that, we can focus on faster development. So always remember this, technology in itself is value neutral. That means value neutral means it is neither good nor bad. It is a structure of society that guides its direction. So please remember, whatever policy is created, that will guide how we use 5G, artificial intelligence, or anything else. It's not the technology that is bad, technology is just a tool. Right? So that is one of the most important things that you can remember. That is a balanced view. Just remember fire. If you use it well, you can use it to cook food, and if you don't use it properly, fire can cook humans as well. Yep. So that is all for this lecture. Thank you for your patience. We shall be meeting in the next lecture. Till then, take care, do revise, and keep studying. Chalo. Bye everybody. See you in next one.